put them in place. There we are. Oh boy, now the fun begins. Time to take that blood bath. The old broomstick to hold the hood up. 15 millimeter wrench for the negative terminal. It's sparking a little. Oh boy, put this right there. And there it is. Alright, let's see what we got under here. Yeah, the gasket was leaking a little bit, so I'm going to replace it. Might learn something from this, because we got check balls to deal with, and the accumulator pistons, and I'll show you little tips and tricks on how to get the shift. I see. Getting that shift arm off, I'm going to use a pry bar and a screwdriver, and of course there's that happy fun connector. It's green. Where the hell? Yeah, that one. You got to pull that locking tab out and raise the connector. Now there's a few other videos that go more into detail how to do that. Or, you know, what you can get out of this video is that I find it easier with a pry bar and screwdriver. A screwdriver to release that lock tab, and pry bar to lift the connector, and a pry bar to get that shift arm off, as well as the 10 millimeter wrench that holds that arm on to the shaft, input shaft of the transmission. 42 LE transmission. Okay, so I got that locking tab out, so I'm gonna take my pry bar and gingerly pry on the bottom. There you go. And just give it a wiggle. There. See it. Now for the lever arm, and I'm going to put it in L1 gear, because if you don't, when you drop the valve body assembly, that arm will be, if the arm's still on, it won't release the valve body, because it has to go through this hole, and then, you know, that arm's in the way. And putting it in L1 just makes it easier to get to with the 10 millimeter wrench. Okay, so I hope you can see this. I'm going to take my pry bar and put it on the arm. And it's off. And I'm going to take the 10 millimeter and take off the bolt. And it's a square keeper on the other side, so you don't have to worry about holding of the wrench on the other side. Okay, I just got it with the wrench. I loosened it up, and now I can finagle it loose with my hand, and there it is. You can't mess it up when you put it on, because it's shaped a certain way. You got a flat area here, round it off over here, So it only goes on one way, and of course with the nub facing up. And then, you know, there's your bolt, and there's your keeper. So it makes it easier to tighten and loosen. Yeah. That's a mechanical friendly thing, huh? Wow. So now we're gonna take the pan back off. I'll spare you the bloody details. You just take the bolts, they're 10mm bolts all the way around, boom. Big old mess. So I'll get back with you. Here's sole owner, everybody. I'm making a YouTube video. Wow. Proud owner. Okay, here's the valve body. There's the transmission filter. So I'm going to take the clips off, holding that filter off with 25 Torx bit. And then we're just going to take these hex bolts out. I made the mistake of taking every single damn screw out. All these Torx screws. While you can do that, you risk losing those check balls from the valve body. But on a lighter note of that, if you decide to do it that way, you don't have to mess with the connector or the shift selector arm. It's just a bit of information there for you. So here's the bottom of the valve body. Now I gotta take 476 of these Torx screws out to release release this bottom part of the valve body from the separation plate, and see where those check balls go. And yeah, make sure it's an L1 before dropping this. That's important. So I got the separation plate separate from the valve body. We got I guess easiest way to remember is got the two eyeballs there that needs a check ball, and then you got the L shape. Check ball goes in there, and then the one that I was missing, the one that apparently fell and I couldn't find, goes in there next to the S inboard of it. So in older transmissions, they used to take these check balls out for performance reasons. You know, you get more high pressure fluid.
But you burn through your transmission.
Through, yeah. Well, I mean, there's like modification kits for all that crap. But in these newer cars where you have a brain, like the transmission control module, if it senses a difference in pressure, then the control module basically goes into a coma because it's confused. It doesn't know what the hell is going on, so it fucking throws your car into limp mode, which is
to get you to the mechanic.
Yeah, it throws in. It gets stuck in gear, so you don't damage your transmission, and it allows you to limp 20 miles an hour to the nearest Chrysler dealership of your choice. But in this case, we're not doing that. I got a package of GM check balls, which I'm pretty sure they're the same damn size. Because if you go to Chrysler, they're wanting like an arm and a leg for just one. So I'm going to prove right now that these are the same size.
You talking to me?
You got our new check ball on the left and the old one on the right. They look like the same damn size to me. Same. So don't waste your money on one stupid ass check ball from Chrysler. GM works just fine.
So I got us good.
So we got our check balls there, and then we got the one that was missing up here. Now we're gonna put our valve body plate back on after having to chisel the shit out of two of them that were stuck. Okay, we got the shift accumulator back on, or the shift solenoid back on, and then these accumulator pistons are they got these numbers stamped on here, but he's got a 30 here and a 60 here, but those are just lot number. Doesn't mean anything really. These are interchangeable. I mean, the only thing you have to worry about is the size of the springs, and they're the same size really. Same size springs, same size pistons. So you don't have to worry about, oh my God, they're backwards. But you do have to put it in, oriented it the right side up, which is springs facing down on the plate, not the other way, not the easy way.